on AAP. Let's look at GNRC. Archna says GNRC is breaking out. Let's see what I have. So I have this as my wave 5, extended way longer than I thought it would. So yeah, again, this is a good level for your wave A, right? So this, I do have a wave B incoming on GNRC. So it does look good. Archana, I like the stock. And this obviously is one channel. Let me go to a smaller time frame. This is another channel holding a support. So yeah, the only thing I would say is it does, right? This is a supply zone. So if GNRC can break over and stay over 132, 133, right, it should continue. I'd say the fib targets for GNRC would be above 132, would be 160. And then if it can get above 160, then 190 is possible on GNRC. Yeah, it does look good, right? I'm just concerned if it'll just consolidate for another day or two. But yeah, at some point, I see it hitting 170, 190 for sure.
GNRC also puts I had sold. That's also listed. So because it is, you need some weather related or some kind of news for GNRC to work. That's the reason I'm not chasing this breakout. I would rather wait for it to get above this 136, 135 level before. But if you look at it, this is the yearly value area. So its yearly point of control is coming to 224, but a yearly value area low is to 208. So we have so much open space that it can get to. So many gaps here. It has one gap here, one gap here. So ultimately, I think, after this gap over here, this is the place where, this gap and the value area, this is where I'm ultimately targeting it, but it's going to take time. And we don't have any weather related stuff right now. So there's no point getting into it, but just sold puts because I did not mind getting it at, 97.5. So I sold, I think I sold 95 puts for January 2024 for $12.20. Okay. And right now it's at $5.50. So I'm just going to keep holding on to it because I don't think we get to 95 over there now. Yes, that's what I said, right? It is GNRC is where I'm looking at long. The only reason I'm not yet, it's gone even 131. It's breaking out. It's breaking out. It is breaking out. Okay, so let's come up with a trade on GNRC that I will also probably take. So Mike, if you want, GNRC, we had already talked about, right? In terms of it's a breakout. So it can easily get to this. So when is its earnings? Does it have earnings coming close by? When is its earnings? 8-2. So that's not a, yeah. Yeah, so GNRC is the trade that we talked about. Let's see, 57 and 52. Let's look at this. July. So the reason why I'm configuring, so this high is 141.54. Okay, this high. That by that time, if we keep going higher, this 55 week would also coincide. So I don't see it. I mean, I see 142 at best that it can go to for now, right? 142. It will break out, go there, and consolidate before it can go higher. So if we look at GNRC and you think it can go to that, so let's see 137. If I buy 137, that's where there is some flow. Okay. And then if I sell 137 next week, so I would be paying $2.65. Okay. So now let's try and analyze this trade. Okay, you can analyze this in risk profile over here. So this is how it will look like. Now in Thinkorswim, I don't know whether you guys know how to look up what it is going to do. So if you are going to here, you can over here, you can say if volatility goes higher, what happens to the stock price? So let's say the stock price goes to 135. Okay, by when? I think it goes by 135 by Jan. Okay, because I've sold June 30th. Okay, on June 30th, it goes to 135. So your $2.70 will be, you would have a profit of more than $250. So that means you're almost 100% profitable. Okay, 100% profitable. And then there's nothing left. Okay, now you are having just a call left. Okay, now then it becomes, so if we go to that 142 level by July 14th, I'm just, okay, say July 14th, we got to that level, 142. So it would become a $400 profit. So you would have had almost 200% gain in this. So you get the point, right? Now, if we go back, okay, and if the stock does not go to 135, because we retrace market is going down, and we go back to 128, okay, you are losing only $13. But if you go ahead and add simulated trade, just you take the 137, okay, if you just take the 137 call, okay, and we are at 128 on July, say by 25th, 26th, okay, we are at 128. You have lost from $5.50 that you're paying, you're losing $225. But if it is just your calendar, you are losing some $1 or $3. So did you see the advantage of doing a calendar? Yes, tomorrow, if it goes to 140, okay, if we go to 140 in one day, if we go to 140 in one day, the calendar, you're making only $100, which is still almost 40% gain. Okay. Yes, your call now is going to be, you are almost 50% profit in that. You're 60% profit in that because you make $327 here. Okay. So by next Monday, if we go to 140, a call is advantageous. Just going straight up call will make more money if you get the move very quickly. But because the market is showing that it is vulnerable right now, for me, the way I trade, just doing calls is very risky. Why it's risky? Because I am going against the general market, even though GNRC is breaking out, right? But ultimately market forces, if everything, I think we are doing, let's see what we are doing over here. I think Paul is talking and we are doing that. So I did this, right? Yeah, GNRC. So you get the point, right? So if you think we are getting to 140 before June 30th, just buying a 135, 137 call, okay, for $6 or so is a better trade. But if you think that it is going to go slowly because of the fact that the market is going slow, market is going lower, then doing a calendar makes more sense to me. And that's how I trade. Okay, I am risking less than what it is. Okay, And what I have to see, look at it. Okay, here 57 IV. I'm buying the 50 IV. I'm selling a higher IV and buying the lower IV. So even if the volatility, so we are at 14 wicks, right? So if we have a spike in volatility, okay, I've already sold a higher IV thing. This will be affected. Don't get me wrong, but this also will go up. And even if the difference between 57 IV and 50 IV reduces because this IV increases because the market is going down, I will still have a lot of IV differential for what I bought versus what I sold. Plus, it is going to be theta positive. And I can hold through a pullback if it has to pull back to this 128 again. Right? If it comes back to this 128 test over here, right? Even if it comes back down to this 128, 127 test, because the market is weak, I will be able to handle it. So that's how I trade. GNRC, I like for a trade. I will be looking at something or the other to do. Yeah, I will be doing something. I will come up with a trade for myself also.